and welcome to Gamer Premonitions, Castlevania Netflix Season 3. I'm your host, Dan Video Games, and with me, as always, are my online co-hosts, KZ Excellent from kzexcellent.com. How are you doing, buddy?
I think you're sad, Dan.
And Mr. Field from Mr. Field's Wild Ride.
The sorry state of these pipes would horrify even my brother Mario.
I like that joke. That's a good reference.
No, that is not a good reference.
What? That was one of the most recent Castlevania games, and that's not a condemnation of the entire treatment of the franchise. That's just a good in-joke, and I enjoyed it. Hey, Bob, how are you doing?
The cake is a lie.
Oh, that's also a good Castlevania joke. I really enjoyed that one, too.
Wait, is that in there?
That's in Lords of Shadow 1. I really like the part where they didn't really build up to deliver that joke. They just talked about fucking a hot elf or something, and then said the cake is not a lie. That was a really good joke. But we're not here to talk about Lords of Shadow. We're here to talk about Castlevania Netflix Season 3. We're going to predict what's going to be in it. And, well, before we get to that, really, we need to know, what is Castlevania on Netflix? Mr. Field, can you tell us?
Castlevania the Netflix is an animated series by Netflix, written by Warren Ellis, which you probably didn't know because it's not like there's a reference to fucking goats in the first episode. Seasons 1 and 2 cover Symphony of the Castlevania 3, and the upcoming third season will cover Curse of Darkness, presumably with less angst and homoeroticism, unfortunately.
Unfortunately.
So, Dan, excited for Castlevania Season 3?
I'll watch it.
Hey, that's good.
I guess before we get into this, we should probably give a review to Castlevania on Netflix so far, using our Gamer Premonitions point scale, and do a 2-sentence summary of whether we liked it or not, or whatever.
All right.
Castlevania on Netflix Season 1 was actually quite delightful, and I was very excited when it got greenlit for a second season of 8 episodes. Unfortunately, I think the development of the characters in Season 2 and the lack of grand adventure feeling that Season 1 had left me pretty disappointed. That's why I'm going to give Castlevania on Netflix a 2 out of 4. Bob, what do you think about Castlevania on Netflix? Sorry, Castlevania the Netflix.
The Netflix, yeah. I agree with that. 2 out of 4 is where I'm sitting as well. That first season's really strong. If it just ended there, they'd be easily 3, maybe even 4 out of 4.
Mm-hmm.
But that Season 2 is just, it's real rough. It's a lot of people talking and not having anything come out of their mouths, and a lot of just other weird audio issues.
Don't talk about all those.
I forgot about
those,
the
like,
people,
vampire lords that don't speak.
the people who move their mouths and no sounds come out, and that is the whole point of the shot.
Yep.
Oh.
What was it? Somebody made a joke during the Mirror of Fate stream. I believe it was Bob, where it was like, "I will hug you, my son, but do not talk, for then we would have to hire a voice actor." KZ, how do you feel about Castlevania the Netflix?
Castlevania the Netflix was a show that I shotgunned both seasons once Season 2 was already out, so they kind of blend together to a degree. But I enjoyed it. I thought it was a lot of fun. I enjoyed the characters, some of the comedy. I like some of the antagonists that they introduced in Season 2. It's a damn shame that Godbrand is gone. I liked him a lot. He was a funny guy. I overall give it a 3 out of 4.
I see. Mr. Feel, what were your thoughts on Castlevania the Netflix?
I quite enjoyed Season 1. I enjoyed most of Season 2. I think the biggest flaw of Season 2 was the many amounts of time we spent on the vampire strategy meetings. I didn't mind the hero party standing around and talking because their interactions were funny.
Vampire Council, the War Council.
But a lot of the War Council was bad, and some of the stuff with Hector and Isaac felt like they restated what their basic characters were like 6 times.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'll have to give it a 3 out of 4 because those scenes were not great.
I would argue that most characters in Season 2 did that, where they just are that one note.
At least they die.
What? I'm Camilla. I'm the bad guy. I'm gonna do the bad thing because I don't like men.
Here's a sample of dialogue. This is verbatim. Ugh, men. Ugh, women. That was one of the gripping moments with the War Council.
Yeah.
So I guess we'll go ahead and kick this off with me. The first premonition, which we are still going to for this episode, that I'm going to throw down is Count Saint Germain won't be in it because they're cowards.
I have to erase that. I wrote exactly those words.
Holy shit.
Mr. Feel, why did you agree with me? Because I had the same dream.
Because I had the same dream. And because
It's fake.
they will
We created it.
They will never in a million years include Igarashi's bizarre time travel elements in this Netflix series.
And we're lesser for it.
Yeah, no, that you guys just don't have the faith.
They ask, will this person show up? Not this time.
No, not a chance. We got you.
We created it.
Complete fiction.
I can't get over that fucking... Put that in the description, please.
I will. I'll link to both of those tweets in the description.
I have to watch it like once a day.
That moment in that show hit me when everyone else was asleep. We're talking about a show called Beyond Belief, Fact or Fiction, and there was a moment where they start talking about premonitions. And everyone's asleep, and I'm just screaming because it's so hilarious when you think about this podcast. But enough of that. Just look at the description. It's a really funny thing.
It's very, very important.
Mr. Feel, we will go ahead and follow with you. What's your first premonition?
Okay, this is one that I don't want to be true. It's my one cynical one, but I think this is going to happen. So, Death. Pretty big part of Castlevania. He's Dracula's right-hand man. You know, it's real cool that the Grim Reaper takes orders from Dracula that makes Dracula appear real big and cool and strong.
Yes.
They will never put Death in this series. They're cowards, but my premonition is not that Death won't be in there. Death will be in here, but he won't be the Grim Reaper. After Hector defeats Isaac, either in the middle of the season or at the end, Isaac will use his Devil Forge Master powers on himself and just turn into a big skeleton guy. And that will be Death going forward.
That's lame, though.
It has some Kino qualities, but no.
That is lame, but I think that's what they're going to do.
Sometimes, Bob, the future is lame.
Oh, man. Yeah, I could totally see him do it. I'm glad I wrote some fun ones on mine.
KZ, we're going to you next. What is your first premonition?
So at the conclusion of season 2, they established Hector as the bottom for the villain characters.
Mm-hmm.
In that he'll be working for Carmilla for the next season. Now, what you would think, right, is that like he's going through a lot here. Like maybe she'll like die at the end of the next season, and he'll like get the upper hand in some way.
Mm-hmm.
Now, my prediction is that seems a little too obvious, so I'm just gonna say that he will continue being the bottom, and he will eat shit so bad in this season, and any fan of him will not be satisfied. He will just die, and it'll be kind of sad.
What, Hector?
Yeah,
He's the protagonist.
is he for the next season?
Yeah,
Yes.
because
Well, he's the protagonist of Curse of
It's
Darkness.
based on Curse of Darkness, and he's the protagonist of Curse of Darkness.
cursed darkness.
Yeah, but the way they were establishing the next season, it didn't feel necessarily like they were switching protagonists for that.
They could subvert our expectations.
I
and,
mean, they could
have
bring
him-
Trevor back, but he basically left to fuck.
I didn't get that vibe at all with that, to be honest.
You do realize that relationship is explicitly why later Belmonts can use magic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I felt like they were just going to be going as different as possible with some of this stuff, so I just wasn't expecting them to switch it to making him like the main protagonist for this.
I really like that we all have a different idea for how this is going to go, and I would say my idea, but it's my premonition, and it's very different.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, that was the general feeling I got. It helps that I didn't play Curse of Darkness at all. I was told not to by Feel.
ruining the podcast, Feel.
I assumed you were still going to for the podcast. I was warning others.
Do as I say, not as I do.
As I
Do as I say, unless you're on a podcast with me, then don't.
No one should play Days Gone. God, so play Days Gone.
yeah, there
I
you
gotta
go.
play Days Gone. Hashtag Freaker Gang.
I'm gonna go ahead and say anyone who doesn't play Curse of Darkness to completion is weak and not a real Castlevania fan.
Dan, why?
Okay, I'm cool with that.
Bob,
I won't claim that ever again if it means I have to walk another 45 minutes back through the combat hallways that led to nothing.
you coward! Have you
fine,
even
I'll
seen
buy it.
Castlevania:
I'll buy
The
it then.
Adventure? Have you?
I will play that when the collection's
Hey,
out.
once that collection's out, I'll play that to completion.
I would pay so much money. But hey, Bob,
Hey, now I'm like, should I do my Hector premonitions? Just get him out of the way up front, and then
you figure that out internally.
I guess we'll just
Your
jump.
turn's next.
Yeah, I assume everyone else.
The future is now.
All right. So I think Hector is going to get his redemption arc in this because he was total jobber in the first season. Like it was insane.
He sure was. He didn't do shit. Even Isaac got to kill Godbrand.
Yeah, Hector did nothing. But I think that he's gonna.
Wait, no, you need to respect what they wrote.
He asked Carmilla for Hoochie. That's an important thing that he
The
did.
vampire, Vucci.
He did that. He definitely did that. He also sat there and said, I really, I'm not sure about Drac. I'm just not sure. I should help him out by, I don't know, pledging allegiance to this other vampire. Oh, that went poorly. He also brought a dog back from the dead, and that was one of the best moments. Remember? There was a
when
pupper.
the part where he was a kid was kind of interesting. That was the only decent part of that character.
Yes.
And yeah.
So
this season they're gonna go crazy. He's gonna be locked up in Carmilla's prison, right, or whatever she has, a castle.
that's going to be a
whatnot.
dance club.
Dance club, yeah. Carmilla dance club.
Oh no, it's totally gonna be a dance club.
Yep.
But
Full of
she's
nude ladies and giant skulls.
I see you, bitch.
she's going to have Grant as a prisoner. So so Hector's going to be learning sword fighting from Grant and also befriending.
How do I use this rapier? You throw it. How do I use this claymore? You throw it.
So yeah, she's got him tied up, and she's also Dr. Frankenstein works for Carmilla, and Hector's going to befriend the monster, and we're going to have some like nice down to earth, heartfelt moments there.
That'd be neat because he could like use Frankenstein's monster the way the big golem summon in Curse of Darkness works. Like he has Frankenstein lift a door for him.
Oh yeah, that would be cool.
I'm going to add on that he's going to call Frankenstein's creature an innocent devil.
Yes, that would
Yes,
be really
that sounds very likely.
He's going to do it in a really deep voice.
Yeah, they're gonna at some point. Hector's just gonna start coughing a lot, and then he's just gonna sound like Christian Freeman from there on out.
Oh my god, please.
Carmilla.
And then he's gonna start talking about his dead wife, and everyone's gonna be weirded out because he's just crossed between like timelines.
Yeah.
Oh no.
That's
okay.
funny.
I'm okay with all of this.
I want the Crispin Freeman cut.
Release it. Release the Crispin Freeman cut.
Please release it.
I mean, please. Honestly, that's half of why that dude's hot as hell. Give him Crispin Freeman's voice, damn it.
No, everyone's gotta have a really down to earth way of reading their lines.
Where the microphone's in their mouth and it sounds like, Alucard, you will cry bloody tears on this day.
We can only have that if Isaac's voice also suddenly becomes Liam O'Brien.
I would be okay with that.
That would be amazing.
Yeah. I'm still liking this.
No one else would be okay with it. They would be like, a black voice actor changed into a white man? Excuse
Oh no!
How dare he? He does it as he's tearing off his clothing. It has the other outfit on under what we see him in the normal series. So he's got the classic outfit where it's like metal pieces strapped to his body.
Someone's like, wait, the voice actor for Isaac was black? And I'm like, yeah. And they're like, what's his name? And I'm like, I can't pronounce it.
Hold on, I have it in front of me.
Good luck.
Adeto Cumbo McCormick.
The McCormick really, it seals in the spices.
Also, I think your premonition of Liam O'Brien, Isaac will work. You see, you combine it with feels, so when he turns into death, he then becomes Liam O'Brien.
Oh, that's yes.
Fuck.
Now that is
Excellent.
Well, that also saves them from the only black voice actor in it being Death, which would be a weird look. Actually, I don't know for the fact he's the only black voice actor.
I mean, the thing had like maybe 3 voice actors. I don't know.
I'm seeing 11, 12 people here.
Weird.
And for the records, it's Adeta Combo.
Okay. That was my guess, but I would rather hear someone else, say it before I just go
I'm
swinging.
sorry, I should have posted it and then had Bob attempt it.
No.
It's mean.
Kind to Bob.
Bob's great.
Since
Oh,
when?
Bob, you're so right.
Why are they doing the Dark Crystal TV series? What? Why is that a thing? What? Leave me alone, IMDb. I don't want to know these things. Okay. Phil, you're starting off the next round.
Okay, so if Hector's going to be the protagonist, he has a problem, which is that he sucks.
Oh no.
So that's going to have to be rectified.
Uh-huh.
And since they've pretty well established that you got to have some kind of badass weapon to fight monsters and demons, here's what's going to happen. He will visit Alucard, and it will reveal that Hector's last name is Lacard, and he will get the Alucard spear from Bloodlines.
Bob, I'm going to kill myself.
Yeah.
No.
Tonight I will cry bloody tears.
And that will be Hector's weapon. It will be he will have the Alucard spear from Bloodlines and Portrait of Ruin, and they will be setting up for Bloodlines.
That's a...
No, actually,
Bloodlines super far in the future.
He's gonna think he got the Alucard spear, but it's gonna be the Alucard spear. And then it's gonna do shit for damage, and he's gonna be like, but I thought this one was wielded by the son of Lord Dracula.
No, Dracul.
Gesund.
Oh.
KZ, you are next.
All right, so I'm trying to pick which one I should do next, because my last one, I now realize I just said, what if Castlevania Season 3 is just The Last Jedi? And I don't know if that's the best approach of pick an answer that will just subvert expectations. May not have been the
No, it's great, KZ.
the best approach
You should just say
for
that.
that one.
You should just say that.
Okay, Castlevania Season 3 will be the Last Jedi of the Castlevania Netflix series.
Great. I look forward to Dracula milking a cow and drinking it straight in front of fucking Sifa. But it's a demon cow.
Fine, I'll lock it in for the meme. Not the Last Jedi thing, what you just said.
You're giving out premonitions like candy here, Dan. What are you doing?
Never expected someone else to lock in my premonition for them.
Well, hey, I'm sorry, but according to my contract, it states that if I'm on Gamer Premonitions, at least one of my premonitions has to equate to me shitting.
One just has to be for the lark.
Yep.
He said
Because it means that if I get more votes than Dan, it means I won even with a debuff.
he's making eye contact. He's making eye contact with Sifa, and he's like, "Ursut Dracul," as he's milking the demon cow, and then starts guzzling it. Lord Dracula gets thirsty, but once every 100 years.
It's not for blood. It's for demon cow milk.
It's for demon cow milk.
This is weird.
Demon milk. Hey, Bob, you're next.
Oh, okay. Let's see. I'm going to go with one of my crazy ones.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we don't know what Alucard's going to do. He's just sitting there in his castle, doesn't know what to do. He's really bored. It's tragic.
Yeah.
So he's going to be wandering around his castle.
He's the audience surrogate. Yeah. He's just bored.
He accidentally unleashes Gallimon.
Hey!
Wait, he accidentally unleashes Gal.
Yeah, Gallimon was hidden there. He was found.
I thought he said gout. Oh, no.
So then Alucard is like stuck in his own subplot the most of this season, dealing with Gallimon having gotten out.
Now, okay, so there's dealing with Galamoth like most people would assume you mean.
Uh-huh.
Or there's the way Warren Ellis would write it, where it's just him shit-talking Galamoth over a dinner table for for 3 episodes.
Yeah, it might be that. Well, it depends if Galamoth takes over the Belmont household that's right next door, and they have to act like
what?
awful roommates.
Oh, that's great. I love it.
You're making this season of 4.
You really are.
You're doing it.
That he's just like, that fucking Galamoth. He's just terrible. And then he pauses and he looks over his shoulder and he goes, well, he's not as bad as that Olrox guy. or Orlox or Oral Locks. Because Alucard can't remember how his name was said because what an unimportant dipshit.
Yeah, he's just always there sucking up to Drac, and now he's just there sucking up to Alucard.
Sounds like a great season, Bob. It sounds like a great season.
At least he didn't have to take the L of being the antagonist of Judgment.
What, Time Death?
No, Galamoth is the antagonist of Judgment.
Technically, Galamoth sends Time Death through time to do his bidding. So Galamoth's technically the antagonist.
But he's not even... Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Don't worry about it. Okay, is that all of your premonitions?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
I'll cut myself off.
Yeah, okay. So, I believe that in Castlevania, the Netflix Season 3, Netflix's Revenge, that there will be more flashbacks because some of the best stuff in Season 2 is flashbacks, like with his wife and with Hector and with everyone else. And these flashbacks are going to establish more depth to Dracula's character, even though he's dead. We're going to flash back to a period... just like we did in Season 2, where we flash back and we show him talking to people and being a traveler and during the kind times. But we may also show him during the incredibly brutal times. I think that they realize that's some of the best stuff in Season 2, so we're going to get more of that because where the plot has left off is maybe not the best for character development, perhaps. I do like the idea of Grant showing up. So I think there will be even more flashbacks in Season 3 than 2, and I think it's yet again going to be the best stuff in the season. Okay, KZ, that makes it your turn next.
All right, so I don't know necessarily how I feel about the idea of Isaac becoming Death, but I'm starting to warm up to the fact that it's probably going to happen in some way. Because one of the ones I had was he will spend part of this season and by the end will find a way to establish the cycle of reincarnation for Dracula.
Mm-hmm.
That way, I feel like one of the last things you will see in this season is him having revived Dracula in some way and is like, I'm your right-hand man and all that kind of thing. It's kind of like at the end of Lords of Shadow. Where he's like, hello, old friend. But this one almost makes sense.
Right?
Yes,
He's actually his old friend.
Yeah.
And there's no Metropolis.
Yeah.
But I think that's going to be his main focus alongside trying to build up, a big army of just, undead people and random assholes.
Okay, Bob, it's your turn.
Oh, okay. This is another Alucard premonition.
Okay.
So, Alucard, he's going to have to leave his castle once in a while.
Yeah.
So how's he going to defend it? Because he can't just let people walk in there and just do whatever they want. So he's going to invent, or maybe make with magic, an axe armor to defend the castle.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, we need axe armor.
I like that.
I like axe armor.
I'm cool with that.
I like playing as axe armor.
Yeah, I would really appreciate it if that happened. Is that the end of your premonition?
Yeah, that's it. It's just like the talk we got about
Okay.
things from the last one.
Okay, cool. My premonition, Alucard's not in this season at all.
Ugh, that's a painful premonition, Dan.
It's what I think's going to happen. They're just not going to revisit that storyline because this is going to follow the same structure of season 1 to season 2. So season 3 is going to be possibly a lot of getting out of Carmilla's castle for, or dance club for Hector. And at the end, Isaac is starting to unlock the secret. He figures out the ritual to resurrect Dracula and sends out the invitation to Hector. So in essence, this doesn't even remake Curse of Darkness. It leads into it.
Oh man, that'd be bad. Because I mean, this whole season was almost nothing.
I think they said that the season 3 will be 10 episodes, so that's kind of a lot for what you just said.
Yeah, it seems unreasonable for this production to spend forever in one room. You're right. They would never spend over half a season in one small area not doing jack shit. So, I don't know.
Don't you think you're being a little mean?
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm agreeing.
Because one of my premonitions was literally, okay, the first half of the season is dealing with Carmilla, then the real villain Isaac shows up. But yeah, they could totally stretch this out to just the whole thing. It's just Carmilla.
So we're going to set up Hector escapes Carmilla and then finds out about the ploy from Isaac and thwarts it all in one season.
Yeah, that was my hope. I know, but
Dreamer
that's
of
definitely what I
dreams.
expect.
Oh,
I think the only reason that season 1 and 2 were even split apart is because it was like, this is a test. We're not making more if people don't want more.
and then when they went to make more, they were like, we didn't write this much. We don't have enough money to have a grand adventure. Hey, Phil, it's your turn next. What's your third gamer premonition?
So, I really think that they're going to be setting up future seasons all throughout everything they do from now on.
Like I just said.
So continuing the setting up of bloodlines, Carmilla and Elizabeth Bathory will just be the same person. They will establish those as being the same character, essentially.
if they want jump all the way to bloodlines, like
I'm not saying that bloodlines will be the very next thing. I'm just saying they will set things up for
He's
bloodlines.
just saying that fucking Carmilla's going to invent Franz Ferdinand to set up bloodlines.
I love Franz Ferdinand. Take Me Out was in
That is
PSP
not
commercials. It was
Stop!
very
I'm
good.
talking about World War One.
Yeah, you're right. Guitar Hero 1 was great, Dan.
No one knows World War One's a myth. George Washington Carver created Castlevania.
But my logic is basically Elizabeth Bathory inspired that book.
Mm-hmm.
So they'll probably just make them the same person. Because they're going to do bloodlines if it gets that far. Because that's a big setup and has a bunch of cool stuff. So I think that's guaranteed. And they won't just make a different female vampire. It's gonna be her.
Yeah, probably. I don't know. Most likely. Well, Bob, you're starting off our fourth and final round of premonitions. Are you ready?
Not really, but here we go. Let me see. I used all my good ones.
Holy shit.
Not really, but hit soundboard button to make the Mega Man Legends. Here we go. Sound effect.
Good luck.
Cool, bro.
Let's see.
Always good when a premonition starts with
So it's my counterpoint to the all your Isaac's gonna be death. I'm going to say we're going to be introduced to a new mystery man who's helping Isaac.
He's handsome and wears a suit and probably is Count Saint Germain because everyone in Castlevania that wears a suit is Count Saint Germain.
No, he's going to be death.
Okay,
Yeah.
but he's gonna wear a suit.
No, he's not going to wear a suit.
Fucking now, mad.
Why wouldn't they just use Zed?
Right? There's
Zed.
Zed or
It's Zed.
I don't remember.
Isn't it Zed?
I think it's Zed.
I think it is Zed.
It's been a while since I played fucking Curse of Darkness, you
It's-
guys. I gotta
it's
look
spelled
this up.
It's going to be
Zed.
Zed or it's going to be Zobek.
Oh no!
No. Oh my god, it's Zobek. And they get Patrick Stewart back?
Yes. Oh man, Patrick Stewart would fit in very well with the casting they've already done.
One, fuck all of you. Two, my turn was next. And three, I was going to say Zobek's back and it's played by Patrick Stewart.
Oh no! Man, I'm sorry.
Sniped by time.
Next time, Bob, you're going last every round. Oh, poor Bobbert. You will cry bloody tears on this night.
You can take some of my
Dan
other
will
ones. if you
also
want. They're
go
all
third
bad.
every round just to fuck him.
Oh, that's fine, Bob. So your premonition is that death is gonna be someone else to help Isaac.
Yes, because he's going to actually know how to revive Dracula, and he's going to cast Isaac aside.
Cool.
After the deed is done.
Very cool. I guess I'll go. Patrick Stewart's gonna play. He's gonna play Zobek, who's gonna be death in this.
And he should just been like Patrick Stewart's going to be Count Saint Germain.
No, they're not going to do Count Saint Germain. As my earlier premonition said, they're fucking cowards. No,
You can
that
cover
would
both
be
sides.
that would be cowardly too, Bob. I don't
Yes.
play both sides of a flip coin and then go, oh hey, I was right. My market predictions: market's going to do well, market's going to do poorly. One of these two things is going to happen. But yeah, no, I legitimately do believe they're going to bring in Patrick Stewart to play Death. He probably won't be called Zobek, but he could be, because as Bob said, and that was my reasoning, his delivery and his classic training makes him fit into this cast very well. You know, he's not an over the top, Crispin Freeman. Not saying that's a problem. I'm just saying with this casting, that's what they prefer. So I think they'll legitimately do that. I think it's gonna be a Zobek, aka Death, played by Patrick Stewart. And I'm so upset that you pulled that out early, but I'm not backing down. Feel, you're next.
Well,
It's all but scrape the bottom of this barrel.
Every premonition but mine this round has started with and well, and then I'm like,
I have several strong ones. I'm just deciding which one to go with.
Oh, okay.
Here's mine. Dracula will not be resurrected. They will try. Isaac will try, but he will fail, and there will be no Dracula outside of flashbacks in this season. Not even big half-revived monster Dracula. There will be nothing except flashbacks.
But you're also predicting that Isaac will try, but he'll fail?
He'll try, but he'll fail. I don't think Dracula will be revived very much in this series.
I don't think we hit that part of this series, but I already talked about that.
Not yet, but I don't think we will either.
Yeah. KZ, it's your turn. You have the last premonition of the night.
Since you've explained to me, there's more likely that Hector will have a bigger role in this, as it's going to be adapting Curse of Darkness. I did have a prediction where he will have some interactions with Trevor. I think he'll still be in this season.
That does happen in the game, so that's entirely possible.
Yeah, they'll team up for an episode or two, and that'll be a fun dynamic. And I've written here, this was an addendum that I had prepped after gaining new information. There will be an episode in which they fight a new vampire. They will be giving no context to it. It'll be not very interesting, but, the fight animation looks cool. And then after, in the credits, you'll see that it was named Bronner. And you're like, they made no effort to explain who he is, and they just wasted the character just like Lords of Shadow.
Nah, that'll be Orlox.
It'll be Walter.
I love the dichotomy here of Feel thinks they're prepping for Bloodlines, and KZ is promoting that they are burning down the future of Bloodlines.
Yeah.
Yes, that's also why I picked this one. We have to oppose each other. That's the point.
I really like the idea Bob has of it's Walter. Just Walter's like, hello?
I was cool too. People thought I was Dracula for a while.
But I am beloved by the night. And it's just like, who are you?
Who's Walter?
That was
no.
perfect timing. Thank you. Lament of Innocence. You should play it.
I mean, Leon's canon.
Of Innocence.
Leon's
canon in this series. Complete silence as people go, maybe if he doesn't hear us, he'll think we're dead, and he'll stop trying to get us to play Lament of Innocence.
I mean, I could go do that right now. It's $10 on PS4.
Oh, is that really back compat HD? What?
Yep. That was one of the first ones they put up, I think.
How the fuck did we miss that?
Hold on. What the fuck?
I'm looking this up.
Oh, maybe I'm crazy and they put it on PS4. I put PS3.
Yeah, it's on PS3. God damn it, Feel.
Sorry, it was recent enough. 2013 is recent enough for my brain to get confused.
Listen here, old man.
Oh, my cataracts. Oh no! I searched Castlevania. The third result is Lords of Shadow disc only.
Have you cast a terrible curse on your system?
I just search on the store. That's the third result. Second result, Harmony of Despair. The first result is the Requiem.
Oh, Requiem's all right. Well, I think we had some pretty good premonitions here. I don't know why all these people think we're going to do anything this season, but that's apparently their opinion. We're not getting to Curse of Darkness, you guys.
That's the most, one of my premonitions I didn't use was, the whole cast gets stuck in an attic this time.
No. The whole cast gets stuck in a Golden Corral. They said the menu was brand new.
The new and improved Golden Corral.
They're like, this isn't new or improved.
This is the same person behind the Devil May Cry series they're making. So I guess Dan's premonition for that is that they'll spend the whole first season inside the Devil May Cry office.
No, they'll spend 5 out of 8 episodes in the Devil May Cry office cutting away to a group of people who are betraying each other, in as much as they talk about betraying each other most of the season and then finally do it in the last 20 minutes.
Watch me like the Devil May Cry anime more than the Netflix show.
Oh no.
Okay,
No.
I'll watch you do that.
I bet they won't even get Ruben Legend or Dante in the Devil May Cry.
No, because they need
animated series.
believable, gritty voice actors that are trained actors.
That's the last thing Devil May Cry needs.
Yeah, I know that.
They need to hire nothing but Power Rangers actors.
I think considering that the goddamn dude behind it has a big cosplay picture of himself as Dante, I think it's fine.
Hopefully. But thank you all for joining us for Gamer Premonitions.
Bye!
Blah, blah. Thank you for listening to this episode of Gamer Premonitions. This show, like our other podcasts, is only possible with the generous time our co-hosts have given to us and the equipment we've bought to make it higher quality and easier to produce. Please consider supporting our podcast series on our GigaBoots podcast Patreon and look forward to more Gamer Premonitions and Big Think Dimension in the future.